What are your memories of some of your matches with Great Muta?
Oh, God. Hard worker. God, he'd like to, I don't know. Sometimes these guys know that they get hooked up with me. They want to go 90 miles an hour.
Huh.
We don't have to go 90. We're going to go 40 minutes, sure, but we don't have to go 90 miles an hour for 40 minutes. I want to work a regular match, and there'll be times in which we have to go 90. Babyface making a comeback. Heel, you got to be there to feed me. But God, you don't have to go 90 miles an hour. We're doing a simple leapfrog spot or something, please. We'll be out of gas before the 20-minute mark, and there won't be a gas station in sight. you know.
What are some of your memories of working with Terry Funk?
God. His man, he always followed the babyface. Always supposed to follow the heel. His match would go from so serious to where you'd want to kill him because he'd be so stiff with you he hit you with the chair. But he didn't care because if the opportunity came back for you to hit him with the chair, he'd nail me back,
Right.
But sometimes you just get so pissed off at, why did you hit me in the head with a 2x4 like that? My God, feel the knot in my head, And then sometime during the course of the match, you'd be laughing. You're trying to keep from laughing in the middle of the ring, because he.
Right.
And then he'd fall over, he'd be standing there going, and then boom, Oh God, I don't know.
How different was it working with Lex Luger compared to Ric Flair?
You see this lamppost right here?
Yeah.
Right here? This is Lex Luger. I can't bend this thing. Right? Like working with a steel pole. And Flair, But believe it or not, I worked with Lex. Literally worked with Lex. I'm trying to improve, what would you say, his character, his work style,
Right.
And he came up to, after we had worked in a pay-per-view in Baltimore and had a fairly decent match, and believe it or not, he agreed to the finish. And I think it's because he just started to gain the respect for me. That's where you ran out of the ring, chased him up the ramp. I was holding the chair and stuff like that.
Bash 89.
Yes. He often comes, whenever I do see him, he says, "Man, I'll never forget that Bash 89 match." He says, "It's one of the best matches I've ever had in my life, But prior to that, knowing I was going to be working with Luger at that pay-per-view, we'd work several house shows, and I would help him. I'd say, body slam me, and then after he'd body slam me, he'd be standing over me, and I'd say, go over, and I said, go work the crowd over on that side of the ring. Go work the crowd. Go, don't worry, I'll be here,
Right.
And finally, he'd throw a spot in or something, and right in the middle of the spot, or I'd tell him a spot, and I says, "Now, right after you do this, I want you to go back over to that same side that you're working that crowd." He never knew how to work or be a heel. He just, like
Right.
that. But work with the people, Give me 3 clotheslines and then go over there and climb out of the ring and get right up to the barrier and work that side that you're working. And I would work with him every night. And when it came to that bash, the finish, he said, "Whatever Ricky wants to do is fine." I guess I gained the trust, But even to this day, he said to me, those couple of months that you and I were, he says, "You taught me so much." And he said, something, Steamboat, is what's really funny is that you never worked a heel in your life, but you were telling me what to do in the ring as a heel.
What was Sting like outside the ring?
Never hung out with Sting. The only way I would know Stinger is outside the ring is like if we were all gathering at the airport.
Right.
Just running. He's very cordial. I understood a lot of times he traveled by himself or something. He pretty much kept to himself. Kept to himself a lot of times in the locker room too.
Right. Now, what led you to depart WCW? Was it with Jim Herd contract negotiations? And
Yeah.
you basically.
Yeah. 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.